Imagine stepping outside and feeling your throat burn, your eyes sting, and a tightness in your chest. The sky is a hazy orange, and the air smells like a campfire gone wrong. You check your weather app, and instead of sunshine or rain, you see a warning, air quality index, hazardous. This isn't a scene from a dystopian movie. It's real life for millions around the world facing the impact of wildfire smoke. Wildfires are becoming more frequent and intense, but the real danger isn't just the flames. It's the smoke they leave behind. Today, we're diving deep into wildfire smoke and air quality, uncovering the serious health risks you need to know about. Before we talk about health risks, let's break down what's actually in wildfire smoke. Wildfire smoke is a complex mixture of gases and fine particles. It contains carbon monoxide, a toxic gas that reduces oxygen in your blood, volatile organic compounds, VOCs, chemicals that irritate the lungs and may cause long-term harm, and fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, tiny particles small enough to enter your bloodstream and impact multiple organs. These pollutants can travel hundreds or even thousands of miles, affecting areas far beyond the fire itself. For example, smoke from California wildfires has reached the East Coast and even Europe. Now, why is wildfire smoke so dangerous? Because it affects almost every system in your body. Inhaling fine particles can cause asthma attacks, bronchitis, and long-term lung damage. Even healthy people may experience coughing, shortness of breath, and throat irritation. Studies show that wildfire smoke increases the risk of heart attacks and strokes, especially for people with pre-existing conditions. New research suggests that air pollution, including wildfire smoke, may contribute to cognitive decline and mental health issues like anxiety and depression. And here's something you may not realize. Even short-term exposure can be harmful, especially for children, the elderly, and pregnant women. So what can you do to stay safe? First, always check your local air quality index, AQI, and avoid outdoor activities when levels are unhealthy. Second, invest in a high-quality mask like an N95. Cloth masks won't protect you from fine smoke particles. Finally, keep your indoor air clean with air purifiers and proper ventilation. But what about the long-term impact? How does repeated exposure to wildfire smoke affect our bodies over months or even years? And why are wildfires becoming more common in the first place? Let's dig deeper. You might think that once the smoke clears, the danger is gone. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Long-term exposure to wildfire smoke has serious consequences, even for people who don't live right next to fire-prone areas. Repeated exposure to fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, in smoke can lead to chronic bronchitis, reduced lung function, and even permanent lung damage. Studies show that people who breathe in high levels of wildfire smoke for years are at increased risk of developing chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, a progressive lung disease that makes breathing more difficult over time. It's not just the lungs. Smoke exposure also impacts the heart. Long-term exposure to PM 2.5 is linked to an increased risk of high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. One study found that wildfire smoke exposure led to a noticeable increase in emergency room visits for heart problems, even months after the fires were out. Emerging research suggests that air pollution, including wildfire smoke, may be linked to dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and cognitive decline. The tiny particles in smoke can enter the bloodstream and even cross into the brain, causing inflammation and long-term damage. For pregnant women, exposure to wildfire smoke has been associated with higher risks of premature birth, low birth weight, and developmental issues in newborns. Children are especially vulnerable because their lungs are still developing. Even brief exposure can lead to long-term respiratory problems. You may be wondering, why are wildfires becoming more frequent and severe? The answer lies in a combination of climate change, deforestation, and human activity. As global temperatures rise, many regions are experiencing hotter and drier conditions. This creates the perfect environment for wildfires to start and spread rapidly. In the past few decades, the wildfire season has gotten longer, and fires are burning twice as much land as they did 30 years ago. Decades of poor forest management have also contributed to more intense fires. In some areas, fire suppression policies have led to an overgrowth of vegetation, which acts as fuel when a fire starts. Additionally, human activities, like unattended campfires, discarded cigarettes, and power line failures cause nearly 85% of all wildfires. Here's the alarming part. Wildfires don't just result from climate change, they also contribute to it. When forests burn, they release massive amounts of carbon dioxide, CO2, a major greenhouse gas. This worsens climate change, leading to even more extreme weather and more wildfires in a dangerous cycle. The good news is that we're not powerless against wildfires and air pollution. Here's what we can do to protect ourselves and our communities. On a personal level, monitor air quality. Check real-time air quality index, AQI, updates before going outside. Use air purifiers. Keep indoor air clean by using HEPA filters and sealing windows on smoky days. Wear proper masks. When exposed to wildfire smoke, use N95 or P100 masks for the best protection. Stay informed. Follow local emergency alerts and wildfire warnings. Community and policy changes include improving forest management. Controlled burns and better land management can reduce fire intensity. Invest in fire-resistant infrastructure. Homes and buildings in fire-prone areas can be designed to withstand wildfires. Reduce emissions. Cutting greenhouse gas emissions can help slow climate change and reduce extreme fire conditions. But now, let's focus on solutions. How are governments, scientists, and communities tackling this growing crisis? And what role does technology play in protecting us? Wildfires are unpredictable, fast-moving, and incredibly destructive. But thanks to cutting-edge technology, we're getting better at detecting, preventing, and fighting them. Organizations like NASA and the European Space Agency, ESA, use satellites to track wildfire outbreaks in real time. These satellites detect heat signatures and smoke plumes, allowing emergency responders to react faster. Meanwhile, AI-powered systems analyze weather patterns, drought conditions, and wind speeds to predict where fires are most likely to spread. Drones equipped with thermal imaging cameras are being used to map fires and track hotspots even in dangerous conditions where humans can't go. And in some areas, specialized firefighting aircraft drop fire-retardant chemicals and water to slow the spread of flames. One of the most effective ways to prevent catastrophic wildfires is through controlled burns, deliberately setting small, contained fires to clear out dry vegetation that acts as fuel for larger wildfires. Indigenous communities have practiced this method for centuries, and now modern forestry experts are bringing it back. While fighting fires is critical, protecting people from the invisible dangers of wildfire smoke is just as important. That's where advancements in air quality monitoring and filtration come in. Thanks to networks like AirNow, Purple Air, and IQ Air, we can now track air quality in real time, right from our smartphones. These systems measure pollution levels and provide AQI, Air Quality Index, scores so people can adjust their activities accordingly. More households and businesses are investing in smart air purifiers that filter out PM 2.5 particles, VOCs, and other pollutants. Some advanced systems even adjust automatically based on air quality readings, ensuring safer indoor environments. Face masks have become a standard tool for protection, but not all masks are created equal. While basic cloth masks provide little defense against wildfire smoke, N95 and P100 respirators can filter out up to 95 to 99% of fine particles, significantly reducing inhalation risks. On a larger scale, governments and international organizations are working on policies to reduce wildfire risks and air pollution. Since climate change is making wildfires worse, reducing fossil fuel emissions is a key solution. Many countries are investing in renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydroelectric power to lower greenhouse gas emissions and slow global warming. Governments are enforcing better forest management strategies, including clearing flammable debris, expanding controlled burns, and improving zoning laws to prevent development in high-risk wildfire areas. Some cities are taking proactive steps by implementing stricter air pollution regulations, requiring buildings to have air filtration systems, and ensuring that schools and workplaces take precautions on smoky days. So, what can you do to stay safe and contribute to solutions? Stay informed, regularly check AQI levels, especially during wildfire season. Prepare your home, invest in air purifiers, seal windows, and create a clean indoor space. Use protection, wear an N95 mask if exposed to smoke, especially if you have respiratory issues. Support sustainable policies. Advocate for climate action, renewable energy, and better forest management. Spread awareness. Share this knowledge with others so more people can protect themselves. Wildfire smoke isn't just a problem for people near the fires. It affects all of us. But with the right knowledge, technology, and action, we can protect ourselves and create a healthier, more resilient future. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's spread awareness and take action together.